Get in line, bruv. Can't keep God waiting.
Bitch!
The last nightmare Jed Walker had before he disappeared was of gold.
You think she severed him from the dreaming?
Bitch!
We all change, sir. Even you, perhaps. One day.
Bitch!
Welcome back, weary travelers. As you may or may not know, the time grows near for the impending release of the woke wreckage known as Netflix Sandman Season 2. As the trailer dropped recently, I wanted to offer my 2 cents to what I think. If you haven't seen my review of each episode of Season 1, I'll link the playlist down below for your convenience. As a fan of the comic, Season 1 failed miserably, while having a veil of authenticity mimicking the plot points of Preludes and Nocturnes and A Doll's House.
It's a complete crap!
Now fast forward to the present, with Neil Gaiman and his alleged transgressions, the Netflix overlords pushed him aside, limiting his involvement to a minimum. Being that the first season was so bad with his involvement, Neil's personal issues, in my opinion, doesn't affect the outcome of Season 2 at all in regards to wokeness.
Pathetic.
After seeing the trailer, what do I think?
This is shit, but hey.
But you already guessed that. Some of you might think I'm just a hater, or I'm too critical in keeping with the source material. Whatever you think, I don't mind, but I'll break down the trailer to give you my reasons. The first thing I noticed is Girl Boss mode has been cranked up even more than the first season. Given that Season 1 was already cranked up to a 10, Season 2 looks like it's going even harder.
Fucking hell.
How many times in the next season are we going to have to endure mortals and subordinates lecturing the Lord Shaper?
Oh, and Bertie, you see anything, you tell Lucien before you tell the boss.
Mervyn?
Stop! Everyone knows you secretly run this place.
Fucking hell.
Are you fucking joking?
Get the fuck out of here!
And of course, if this happens, it automatically means that Dream is once again a bitch in his own titular show. As I stated in my Season 1 review, that is 100% unacceptable. Now, let's dive a bit deeper and see what story arcs Season 2 will touch upon. Based off of Netflix, there will be 12 episodes, starting with the Seasons of Mist story arc covered in issues 21 to 28. Then we'll get a heavily abridged version of the Brief Lives story arc covered in issues 41 to 49, along with the one-off stories of the Song of Orpheus, which was a Sandman special issue, and the one-off story Thermidor from issue 29. If you just wanted to see the Impossible Girl Clara again, this is the episode to watch. You won't need to power up the TARDIS, because I anticipate the Girl Boss energy will be overflowing from your screen in this episode.
Shit.
Then we'll get a short 2-week hiatus, resuming with the Midsummer Night's Dream episode from issue 19, and The Tempest from issue 75. Then the story finishes with, I anticipate, the heavily abridged story arc of The Kindly Ones from issue 57 to 69, which is the final major story arc from the comic. The last story arc, The Wake, was an epilogue to the series tying up any remaining loose ends. Then a week later, Netflix will release the bonus episode based on the miniseries Death, the High Cost of Living. There are a bunch of woke elements from the comic, and yet I still liked it. However, the comic does have the benefit of Chris Bacalo's art, while not having to partake of the bad acting of Black Death. We'll see how much Netflix amplifies this.
Shit.
Fucking hell.
Now, it was stated supposedly back in 2023 that the show was only intended to be 2 seasons long, stating that they only had enough source material for 2 at the most. Being that the show is skipping story arcs while heavily abridging some of the arcs that they decide to show doesn't match up logically. Maybe the reason is due to budget, as the first season wasn't as successful as they had stated, or maybe it's because Neil's allegations have become too much of a distraction. Whatever the true reason is, who knows, but I don't buy the lack of source material reason. Of the story arcs Netflix chose to show, I do agree with the selections. Seasons of Mist, Brief Lives, The Kindly Ones, Thermidor, these are all really good stories. It's unfortunate all of them will be ruined, because Netflix is going to go to the absolute heights of girl bossing. I mean, they'll push it to the limit, and then they'll keep going.
Or because they were afraid of what you would do to them if they did not.
Because I'm not afraid.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I'm as powerful as you say I am, then I will find my own way.
Fuck it, look at that.
Have you any theory as to their origin?
Speaking strictly as a librarian, I do. But you won't like it.
Who the fuck are you, man?
So apart from the obscene girl bossing, what else do I glean from the trailer? Well, the CGI and sets look pretty much the same as the first season. As I stated in my first season review, everything looks too clean. There's no grit or lived-in feel. They are most probably using the volume set, which a lot of shows use now as opposed to on-location sets. I understand it keeps the budget in check as well as reduce the filming schedule, but when it comes to using the volume sets, this is what we'll get. A claustrophobic facade of wherever our characters are supposed to be. Convenient for the showrunners, but non-immersive for the viewers.
This is a bummer, man. That's a bummer.
The same actors are all reprising their roles, and their acting wasn't anything to write home about in the first season. Continued woke castings here in the second season with more race and gender swapped characters, and of course, I see the continuation of Morpheus being the beta male he was portrayed as from season 1, stripped of all his male qualities from the source material and bestowed to whichever female character that is relevant to the story arc, lecturing an entity with eons of experience and wisdom. As I previously stated, that's a deal breaker and will always be 100% unacceptable.
Fuck that shit!
And here's a shot from a brief scene in the trailer. We see Morpheus walking through a crowded subway train. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is Morpheus making his way through hell to see Lucifer. If I'm right, these other passengers are denizens of hell, right? So what kind of denizens do we see that reside in hell? BDSM-attired gay and trans people. I mean, why do the alphabet people bitch and moan about people not wanting their kids exposed to drag queen story hour or pride parades? Right here, they are overtly showing these people are denizens of hell. Why would religious people, let alone normal, non-religious people, want to expose their kids to denizens of hell? That's pretty fucking stupid, and this is just a trailer.
Who are these sick people?
However, maybe I'm mistaken, and it's just the way the trailer was cut, only giving the appearance that these deviants are denizens of hell. If that's true, then that begs the question, why would they cut the trailer like that? Now, I have my own reasons, but I'll leave it for you to draw your own conclusions. Okay, so the girl bossing will be turned up to the heights. The CGI and sets look cheap and phony. The acting is incessantly woke to the level of annoyance, not to mention shitty. Is there anything that looks good? There are a couple of shots of the dreaming that are good. The Guardians of the Dreaming is nice, but honestly, that's about it. I can hope that everything I stated already is wrong, but if I did that, I'd just be setting myself up for a chasm of disappointment. And that'll do it for this video. Stay tuned, weary travelers. I will review every episode individually, and just like I did with Daredevil Born Again, I'll have to slog through a river of shit just to get to the other side. And unlike Andy Dufresne that slogged through the shit where the other side was freedom, slogging through this shit just leads to another jail cell.
Shit.
Shit.
Shit. Shit! This is some fucked up, repugnant shit.
So as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.
I had no right returning here after over a century expecting everything to be just as I'd left it. Lucienne tried to tell me that. So did you.
You fucking bitch! I'm coming!